Good morning, friends. Hello. So it's Friday Fun Day. So I got a little hit to pull some cards this morning. So I am going to do that shortly. I just wanted to add a couple links in case you are interested. Oops, hold on. If you are joining me live, say hello in the comments. There we go. Now we got a couple people jumping on. It's kind of middle of the morning, so I know sometimes you guys watch the replay. So hello if you're watching the replay. All right. So a couple announcements. Monday, it's a big week next week. Monday, I have my 5 Steps to Change class starting Monday through Friday, and we're going to meet every day at 6 p.m. Central. Everything is recorded, so if you can't make it, I actually have several ladies that are like, can I just watch it later? I'm like, absolutely. That's why we do it that way. So if there's still room, if you want to join us, please do. Again, we start Monday at 6 p.m. Central, and then Tuesday, some of you might be feeling it already, there's a big full moon. And so, of course, we're doing our monthly full moon clearing. That it's a monthly subscription, and we have all sorts of fun little tools that we have that we include in that. And then I take you through a meditation. It's kind of a meditation / clearing, and teach you a bunch of clearing tools. So it's a very effective thing. I have a lot of clients that's the one consistent thing that they do. And I highly recommend it. You also get the recording on that once you're signed up for the subscription, so you can listen to it the whole month. Okay, until the next full moon. Then you get a new one. So we have a couple different things coming up. All right, so I wanted to talk a little bit about affirmations this morning. So one of the things we're going to touch base on in class next week is mindset, because I think that's been probably the most difficult piece for me, is to shift my mindset from old beliefs into new beliefs. And it really makes a difference. And I kind of used to think that was bullshit, but it's not. It actually makes a big difference. And so one of the tools that I use a lot is affirmations. And those of you that have known me for a little while know I have a whole bunch of affirmation cards. And so I will pull a card and see what the affirmation is, and then I'll work the shit out of that affirmation. So how many of you use affirmations? Sharon, you better be sitting in the sun, sister. It's so cold here today, and I actually saw a few snowflakes. So you better be in the sunshine today. She just went to Arizona, so I told her I'm going to go in her suitcase with her and go sit in the sun. And I am so tired of the cold. I'm a winter girl. I am. But about now, I'm kind of done with it. All right. How many of you that are watching, or if you're watching the replay later in the day, how many of you use affirmations? How many of you are super new to affirmations? Tell me both. There's a little bit of a delay, so I have to sit here and wait for your comments to come through. I know snow is a naughty word right now. Eli tried to tell me he saw flakes last night, and I yelled at him. I was like, don't even talk about it anymore. Yeah, Sharon does use affirmations, and yes, she's sitting in the sun. I love that. Lucy's new to affirmations. I love newbies. Donna uses them. Good. All right, so if you're new to affirmations, this is my experience with affirmations. So I am a big thinker. I think all day long. I always have a voice in my head. I am not someone that can I can quiet my mind. I'm big on meditation. One of the reasons I really committed to meditation was I wanted to learn how to quiet my mind, because my mind talks all day long. And I know that there's a lot of you out there that struggle, with ADD, ADHD, all that kind of stuff. And meditation is something that I would 1,000,000% tell you to learn how to do, because it doesn't just help in the like 10-15 minutes that you're meditating. It helps you all day long to bring yourself back to a quieter moment, because a lot of people struggle with keeping your minds in control, right? And so when I was starting to work on affirmations, one of the things that I realized was I just constantly had fear-based thoughts. What if this happens? What if this happens? What if this doesn't happen? Oh my God, what if this happens? Like it was just constant all day long. And it was such a, I don't know, it's just a shitty way to live, honestly, because you're always waiting for something bad to happen. You're always preparing for something bad to happen. You're always in a place of fear. You just never quite relax. You can't really enjoy things. It's really hard to bring things in. And I really wanted to learn how to experience life differently and how to enjoy a moment. Like I couldn't enjoy a moment. Like let's say my kids water skiing. I'd be like, oh my God, that's so fun. They're water skiing and they're so young and they got up on their first try. Oh my God, what if they break their leg? Like I would always kill the joy. And I didn't want to kill the joy. I wanted to learn how to stop doing that. And so one of the things that I started to learn about from my mentor is affirmations. And I love my affirmations, but one of the things I learned right off the bat was if it felt like bullshit to me, it didn't do anything. So I needed to find an affirmation that actually like just sunk in. And sometimes you have to just add a word. Like one of my affirmations I used a lot was all is well. And I like that one because it's short, it's quick. I remember it. I can say it a million times a day. All is well, all is well, all is well. And some days it didn't feel like all was well. So I would say all is well right now, meaning in this moment, right now, in this second, all is well. And that would keep me more present, because one of the things my mind does is put me into the future where I have no control and can't do anything. And then I go into fear, and it was just this shitty cycle, right? And so affirmations to me, I love working with affirmations with people, because you can tell when they're kind of bullshit and you can tell when they actually sit with them and they're really solid. And so we'll do a little work on that in class next week if you join me, because when you find that affirmation that really works for you, it's like, oh, that feels good. It might kind of make you want to puke for a second too, because it's shifting your vibration. It's building a new road of thought in your brain. And one of the things I used to say all the time, I still say it, but one of the things I used to practice a lot was I'm open and receptive to receive all the great in the universe. And I used to say that all the time. And I think that was probably one of my first affirmations I learned. And I remember just sitting one day and all of a sudden my brain thought it by itself. And I was like, oh, holy shit, my brain just did that all by itself. Like it wasn't creating a fear moment. It was creating a really awesome moment. And I was like, oh my God, affirmation. And like, this was after probably, I don't know, years of me working affirmations, but my brain started to have different thoughts on its own that were positive. And I was like, totally worth the work, totally worth it. And so that is one of the reasons that I love affirmations, because it really helps to create change. Okay. Okay. Let me see what your comments are here. Yep. I use them. I'm new to them, but trying to get into routine to say them. So little trick. Sunny Don Johnson says this, and I've adopted it as well, is every time you go pee during the day, say your affirmation 100 times and then go drink a whole bunch more water. So you have to pee more. So you have to say your affirmations more. Like you need to build them onto saying them onto a habit you already have. I set alarms on my phone. I have moments with meditation. I have stop breaks where I take a breath and then I say my affirmations. So build it on something you already do during the day. Okay. Kristen says trying to use them. Lexi Hill says she loves affirmations. Happy Friday. Morning rampage. Absolutely. They are very good if you suffer with anxiety or panic attacks. Absolutely. Good morning. It's definitely a true struggle to see the good verse of going to a negative thought. I would use it. It is what it is. Yep. And I don't always like it is what it is. I'm like, I don't like that. I don't want it to be what it is because it's not working for me. So it is what I create it to be. Could be a little shift on that, Miranda. Just try it on. It may not work for you, but that's a little shift that I would put. Or one of them, I'm trying to think of one that I would always use with people. Like, I am at peace. I really wanted to feel peaceful in my own skin. That was not a energy that I was used to feeling nor allowed in very often. So one of them could be I am at peace, but if that feels kind of bullshit because you're not a peaceful person, I am learning to be at peace. Learning is a beautiful word to put in an affirmation. I am learning this. All is well. I am learning that all is well. I am safe. Anything with I am is a really positive affirmation. So I am safe, or I am learning to feel safe would be a little twist on it. So you want to move your affirmation into a place that might be a stretch for you, but it doesn't sound like bullshit. Because if there's a bunch of bullshit underneath the affirmation, it's kind of a waste of energy. And so we want to have affirmations that actually work for us. And so adding, I am learning this, or I am moving into, like, I am thriving with something that I really wanted to learn how to thrive. And I was very much surviving. And so I would say the affirmation, I'm learning to thrive, or I'm learning to feel like I'm thriving. So I would shift the affirmation so they worked and felt like it was something I was growing into, not necessarily something that wasn't attainable. Does that make sense to everyone? Hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. Another word that I really like is fearless. And it doesn't mean that you don't have any fear about it. It means that you probably have some fear about it, but you're going to do it anyways because your desire to do it is bigger than your fear. I have a lot. I have a lot of fear about a lot of things. I can't say it's as bad as it used to be because I used to be super, super, super afraid of everything. But I still have fears and they pop up all the time. But my desire to go do it is so much bigger than my fear. And so I'm just fearlessly going to walk into whatever that experience is. I was just talking to a friend. She was struggling. She was getting ready for a trip, and she just gets anxious before trips and packing and the airplane and the flying and the new places and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I feel like that on every trip I've ever taken. And I travel a lot now. And I even feel like that going to the lake sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, I got to pack and I got to figure out what I want to do. And then I'm like, hold on, stop. I actually enjoy the adventure. And so I'll move it into an adventure thing instead of a list of bunch of stuff. I just make my list and do it one by one because it's leading me to an adventure. My adventure and my fearlessness around adventure is so much bigger than my anxiety. Okay. So you can very much use them for moving you through difficult situations. Okay. I am surrounded by helpful people. Helpful people are everywhere. That was when my dad was sick. We needed help with a lot of stuff. We needed Medicaid stuff. We needed assistant. We needed so much help and so much stuff that we didn't know how to do. And so I started affirming helpful people are everywhere. Helpful people are everywhere. All day I run into helpful people. And I cannot tell you how many helpful people that I ran into in the funniest of ways. I had one woman, Georgia, I don't know if she's on this morning. She's probably working. But she works at Hero in Fargo, which is an awesome organization. So they have all sorts of medical supplies for people. And I somehow found my way to that place. I don't even know how I was told about it. It was probably a suggestion. And I walked in and I cried everywhere I went. It was just so overwhelming. Everywhere I went and needed help, I cried. And she came around the corner and she goes, I'm a friend of yours on Facebook. And I'm like, oh, great. And she's like, we cry all the time. She goes, so today you get to cry and I'll just hug you. And I cried even more. And so it was beautiful to have that helpful people stance that comes in. So if you are in a struggle, look for helpful people. Just attract helpful people. Everywhere you go are helpful people. I needed an expert on Medicaid. And I kept telling people, I'm looking for an expert on Medicaid. I need someone that knows Medicaid. I need an expert. I need an expert. And I went to clear, this is such a funny story, but I went to clear a house and my spirit said, hey, you should go look for a new bra at that store. And I was like, I don't want to go bra shop. I hate bra shopping anyways. I don't need a bra. I don't want to go bra shopping. And my spirit kept saying, go get a new bra. And I was like, all right, it's so loud. I better listen. So I went to the store and I'm naked and the chick is measuring me and all that kind of stuff. And somehow we got into talking about my dad. And I was like, yeah, I really need an expert on Medicaid. And she goes, oh, well, I worked for Medicaid for blah, blah, blah years. What do you need to know? And I just sat there and I just started to cry again. And she's like, yeah, seriously, bring your paperwork in and I'll sit down and go through it with you. Not only did she help me with the paperwork, but she also helped me on how to move my dad into a nursing home when it was time. And that information is priceless. So helpful people, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful affirmation. Even if you don't need help in the moment, you want to surround yourself with helpful people. Okay. All right. Okay. So does this all make sense, you guys? How you can talk yourself into a better vibration. That's what we want to do. So today I thought that we would go through a couple card pulls here. And I'm just going to have you guys pick a number. And then I'll pull a card for you. That tends to work the best. But let me just decide how many cards I want to pull. In the meantime, don't forget, 5 Steps to Change course starts on Monday. Okay, we're going to do from 6 p.m. Central to 7. And then on Tuesday night, we have our full moon group clearing. I put the links in here and I will post them, of course. But those are 2 big helpful classes to kick off the spring. Springtime is all about renewal and new starts. So it's a great time to do that kind of course because so many people are looking for change. They want to declutter. They want to move stuff. They need to declutter their minds, their bodies, their homes, all that kind of good stuff. So we want to work with it. I haven't given the numbers yet, you guys. You don't know how many I'm doing. Don't put your numbers in yet. I got to decide how many I want to pull. Silly girls. Okay, this is what we're going to do. I had to listen to what my spirit told me to do. So I'm going to pick 3 groups of numbers. I'm going to pick 3 groups, 2 cards each. Okay, so group 1, group 2, or group 3. Okay, so you guys pick either group 1, group 2, or group 3. And I'm going to pick 2 cards per group. See, we're doing it different today. You can pick all 3. But sometimes when working with affirmations, you want to have 1 or 2 that really make sense to you. Okay. So if I say something on one of the other cards that really talks to you, just take it. Just because you pick that number doesn't mean you can't break the rules and go the other way. Okay. So group 1, group 2, or group 3. And I'm going to have 2 cards per group. I don't think I've ever done it that way before. See, that's why it's Fun Friday. There we go. Now your numbers are coming through. And next weekend, I should tell you guys this too, while you guys put your numbers down. Next weekend is the SOS Expo here in Fargo. Okay, it's from 10 to 5 at the Ramada. There's a shit ton of vendors. I'll be doing readings at my table. I also opened up a couple spots here in the She Shed, not for people that have gift certificates, but those that may want an in-person reading. I don't do them very often in my She Shed, but I'm going to open up Thursday and Friday. I have a couple spots on each day. So if you're open and want more information and pricing on that, just private message me. So it's a big week next week. We got a lot of stuff going on next week. So we got 5 Steps to Change class. We got the full moon on Tuesday for the full moon clearing. And then we got the expo on Friday and some in-person readings Thursday and Friday, or expos on Saturday. Okay. All right. I'm going to start with group 3 first. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1. Spirit obviously wants to mix it up a little bit. So those of you, hold on, let me pick my cards, that picked group 3. This is your affirmations, and my suggestion would be to use them for the weekend and even into next week and see how they feel to you, okay? So your first card, if you're in group 3, your 2 cards, I'm losing my voice, is fear is not my friend, but it is my teacher. How do you feel about that one? Fear is not my friend, but it is my teacher. And it's true, because if fear is showing up, it's trying to teach you something. Sometimes it's trying to teach you, like in business and in my entrepreneur group that I'm in, a lot of times if there's something that we're afraid to do, that's usually our next step. So sometimes fear, I would say all the time, fear is here to teach you something. So fear is not my friend, but it is my teacher. And your second card, which I think is hilarious, is take a fearless leap. So you guys got to take a leap into something. You're either deciding something, something's going to come up, you're going to get an opportunity. I would say yes. I think it's time to say yes. Okay, group number 2. If you picked 2, your 2 cards are number 1, your body is a fearless temple. So that tells me that you probably have some stuff that you want to shift or change or create a little bit different experience when it comes to your body. And so you need to treat it nicely. And treating your body nicely includes your thoughts, includes your mindset. Can't be a jerk to yourself and then expect your body to be good to you. You can't fight with your body and expect it to do anything different than fight back. So you might want to spend a little time on that piece and work on your body. Getting outside right now, I cannot tell you, every psychic, medium, teacher, coach, everyone that I'm seeing that is popping up on social media, every single one of them is talking about getting outside right now. And so nature is a huge piece. Oh, Marianne, she was like, yep, total knee replacement yesterday. So do what the doctors tell you, do the recovery, stay up on your pain meds. And talk nicely to your knee. So your second one, your second card in group 2 is I see a fearless spirit in everyone today. So this is helping you see people at a little bit different perspective. Okay. I see a fearless spirit in everyone today, because we're all working through our shit. Every one of us. And so if someone's not being kind, maybe they're being a little bit of a nightmare, maybe they're causing problems, maybe they got some fear stuff going on. Okay. Sure said, heck yeah, totally resonated for my body. Yep. Okay, group number 1. Oh, this one's good. Group number 1, if you picked 1. Okay, not a lot of you picked group 1. So this might be for everyone. This would be for everyone. Okay. So group number 1, the first thing is I am fearlessly deserving. A lot of people struggle with feeling deserving of anything good in their life. That's why I love that affirmation when I first started. I'm open and receptive to all the good in the world. It helped me learn how to receive. Okay. I'm open to receive. Great affirmation. I am learning to be open to receive. I am open to receive always and in all ways. You can really play with I am open to receive. Okay. I am fearlessly deserving. Okay, but your second one is, I love this one. It goes so well with one. So your first one is I'm fearlessly deserving. Second one is I'm fearlessly loved. So maybe you need to let people love you. I can't tell you how many times I ask wives, I'm like, do you let your husband love you? And they all just sit and stare at me because their husbands are trying, but they're not allowing it in. Let people love you. Someone wants to do something nice for you, let them. That's being open. If someone says, hey, let me buy you lunch. Okay. Someone gives you a compliment, just say thank you. Don't explain it away. I'm fearlessly loved. Okay, those are great cards. So 2 cards per group. Third group, Fear is not my friend, but it is my teacher, and take a fearless leap. Group number 2, my body is a fearless temple, and I see a fearless spirit in everyone today. And then group 1, I am fearlessly loved, and I am fearlessly deserving. You guys should all work with these ones. Okay, so this is from my Fearless Spirit Oracle deck. I have a few that I will have at my table this weekend at the next weekend at the expo. On Saturday, I always bring my stuff, and then we will also be having it online. We have some new fun announcements about my website and different things like that coming up. But for right now, we're going to focus on the 5 Steps to Change class. Get your butt signed up for that. We start on Monday. It is all recorded. So if you can't be in live class, that's okay. You'll still get a ton of the information. And we're going to meet Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Tuesday at 7 p.m. It's big work day on Tuesday. At 7 p.m. we have our full moon group clearing. And that's a monthly subscription. It's something that I encourage all my clients to do because you learn how to clear your energy and you learn how to clear your shit. And it's a really, really, really good powerful class. I love doing it. I've done it for several years now, and it just keeps getting better. And then Saturday, of course, we have the expo from 10 to 5 at the Ramada on 13th. There is a gallery. I can't remember the gal's name, but there is a ton of vendors this year, like a ton of vendors. So definitely come out and see us there. Most of us will do readings or energy sessions, Reiki sessions, tons of awesome jewelry and tools and crystals and all that kind of fun. Anything woo-woo that you want, you can find at the Fargo Expo. It's gonna be so fun. And then if there's anyone locally that wants a little bit of time with me in my she shed, I have a couple spots open Thursday and Friday. So just PM me for that. But otherwise, you guys have a great Friday. I have to go back to work. And I will be jumping on again and keep you posted. And again, get your butt signed up for the 5 days to change class. Okay. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon. See ya. Watch the replay, Jill. You'll be able to get your card pull. Just watch the replay. And on those of you watching the replay, hello. I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye, guys.